Hey everybody, welcome to Wacky Wednesday, number 110 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and we're going to get real wacky here. We're going to play Constructed, which is strange in and of itself, but we're going to play Mirage, Tempest, Throwback, Standard, Swiss Gauntlet. We're going to join this, what I just discovered is a queue, not a league, unfortunately, and we're going to get a random deck from Mirage, Tempest, Throwback. There is a series of, I think, 10 or so, maybe just 8 decks that each of us are going to get. We're not going to get to keep them, but we're going to get to play 3 matches with them and see how it goes. There's a really fun combo deck. There's some really broken stuff. There's some disgusting control decks in this. I've read up on them. I've tested them out a little bit in kind of solitaire mode. And I have no idea how this is going to go. But we're going to jump in and we're going to play some Constructed on Wacky Wednesday number 110. Alright, here we are with the deck that we got. Unfortunately, it's one that I didn't test very much. I believe this is Godzilla, I think it's called. Let me just check the deck lists over here. Yeah, this is Godzilla. So I've got 5 minutes. So reading the description, the basic idea of a reanimator deck had been around forever, but it had never actually been competitive before. Enter Alan Comer. He and his friends Larry, Janet, Sek, and Brian Selden shocked everyone and crushed California regionals with a deck that could make every little kid smile. The deck has 12 ways to get things into the graveyard. Necro Savant rather. What else? Hidden Horror lets you discard a card. Yep. Merfolk Traders, of course, let you discard. So there's 12 ways right there. Where was I? Well, extracting value plus when on the draw, you can just skip playing a land and use your draw step. It's also got 11 fatties and 9 reanimation spells. Once Recurring Nightmare was printed, that became the dominant reanimation strategy, but you can still see echoes of this design in the Firestorms and Godzilla himself, Verdant Force, that Brian Selden stuck with at Worlds after he used them to such good effect to get himself qualified for Nationals. So, basically, we have ways to discard cards. We have Merfolk Traders, so when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, discard a card. So you loot. You have Hidden Horror. When it enters the battlefield, you sacrifice it unless you discarded a creature card. Oh no, that's a horrible downside for us. We don't want to do that. We have Necro Savant, if we ever cast it, but of course we have Dark Rituals to help us get us there. 3 black, sack a creature, return it from graveyard to the battlefield. Wait, that's not a way to get cards into the graveyard, is it? I guess you sack a creature so you can oh, of course, Firestorm lets you discard cards. So Firestorm, single red mana, discard X cards, deal X damage to X of target creatures on our players. That's going to be huge for us to kill all of the aggro decks that exist. And then we Animate Dead, bring back Verdant Force. Or we Necromancer, bring back Verdant Force. Or we Living Death, wipe the board, bring back Verdant Force. Or Shivan Dragons, or whatever. Now, it mentions Recurring Nightmare. When Recurring Nightmare was printed, that became the dominant reanimation strategy. And there is a Recurring Nightmare deck in this Gauntlet that looks really fun as well. Lands, we got City of Brass for all the colors, Gemstone Mines for all the colors, an island, Reflecting Pools for all the colors, Sulphurous Spring, Underground River, Undiscovered Paradise, and a Swamp. I think I actually did briefly test this out. And of course we have Mana Leek. In the sideboard, we've got Hydroblast if we're up against mono red. There is a mono red deck. We've got Dread of Night if we're up against white weenies. This will just demolish the white weenies deck. We've got Pyroblast, counter target spell if it's blue, destroy target permanent if it's blue. So that's going to be for the Draw Go deck and the Forbidian deck. Uktabi Orangutan, destroy target artifact. I don't know what that's for. There's Sapphire Medallion in Forbidian. There's Scroll Rack in Rexer. Nevinyr's Disc in Drago. Cursed Scroll in Dead Guy Red, I guess. I guess there's a few targets for it in this format. Scroll Rack and Hoth the Druids. I guess there's some places. And Tranquil Domain, destroy all non-aura enchantments. That's very important against the card we've been talking about, Recurring Nightmare, as well as the Cadaver's Bloom deck that I was really hoping we were going to get, because that is a wacky deck. But without further ado, I'm going to hit submit and see if everybody else has hit submit or not. And we're going to play a game of Standard. It's Standard from, what was this, like 98? 97? 97, 98. It's a 20-year-old Standard format we're going to play. But don't say I don't ever play Constructed on this channel. I will see you guys in 50 seconds or so. Alright, here we go. We're up against Prosperous Bloom. Hopefully they don't have Cadaverous Bloom. We've got all colors, boop, boop. We got a counter. We got a necromancy. We are on the draw, so we can just pass the turn, pitch a Verdant Force, and be very close to getting a necromancy. So I will keep. What are we up against? Black. Could be a few things. Could be our deck. I wonder if you can actually have that happen. Yeah, we'll just pass the turn here and pitch the Verdant Force. Bye-bye, Verdant Force. See you soon. Black-green. Are we up against Cadaverous Bloom? Did the Bloom named player get Bloom? That would be funny. Yeah, we'll go with the Gemstone Mine because we're not casting anything this turn. Next turn we can bring up Mana Leek online. So a swamp and a forest. That is Pross Bloom. Could be Rexer. And is that it? I think that's it. Oh no, it could be Tradewind Good Stuff. So there's a few possibilities still. Swamp and go. Interesting. Welp, I will... We could just drop a Verdant Force. I mean, they don't have counters, that's for damn sure. Yeah, let's just get ourselves a Verdant Force. I will make a black, turn it into 3 black, pop a Necromancy on a Verdant Force. Hey, look at that, we got a 7/7 that spits out 1/1s every single player's upkeep. Oh, and I'll drop a land, of course. I will drop an Underground River. And then we can just kind of protect him with that. And Vampiric Tutor. Okay, so he is Cadaverous Bloom. Got the deck that I wanted. So we have to ask, are we dead this turn? At least next turn we will have the Mana Leek up. So we're going to side in our Enchantment Hate. Because we have... Oh, I guess I could just look at the sideboard here, can't I? We are going to side in Tranquil Domain. Orangutan won't do anything. There's no artifacts in the deck. Dread of Night, there's no white creatures in the deck. I should point out there's no creatures in the deck, period. It is a creatureless deck. Get ourselves a Saproling. Squandered Resources. So that's one step. So they can actually sack a land to get a mana. They're going to try to do that with a Nature's Whatchamadoodle, which we will counter the hell out of. Although we won't actually be able to pull that off. Alright, so we're going to have to be careful with that Mana Leek. That's kind of like our one out. Dark Ritual. Well, we're going to drop a Sulphurous Springs. And, yeah, just get in for 8. Take our opponent to 10. So if they Natural Balance. Natural Balance, is that what it's called? Yeah, Natural Balance. We can't counter that because they will have the mana available due to the Squandered Resources. We'll get to go get a land, but we should be able to then counter the Cadaverous Bloom if it comes down. What is happening here? He's going to Infernal Contract. Yeah, I'm just going to counter that. Make a blue, colorless, pay 3 more. Oh, he can pay 3 more, but he'll have no lands left. Hey, we got there. We got there. All right, so Tranquil Domains are coming in. What can come out of this deck? Living Death doesn't really matter. It's too slow, and we're not going to Wrath anything because it's a creatureless deck. So Necro Savant, what do you do? You're a 5/5 for 5, and you pay 5. Or sorry, you're a 5/5 for 6. Sack a creature, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. What good is this? I guess it's just a 5/5? I don't really want Necro Savants in the deck. And oh, Firestorm is just terrible. It's a discard outlet, but we don't need all of those. So we don't. Oh right, we took it to Living Death. Right. Yeah, there we go. That seems fine. Yeah, we just need to win quick before they can combo off. So basically, you saw Squandered Resources where they can sack lands. There's a card called Natural Balance that lets anybody who has less than 4 or less lands go and get up to 5 lands. So they sack all their lands and go get 5 lands, which come in untapped, which gets them 10 more mana available. And then they have a card that lets them pitch cards from their hand for 2 mana, and bad stuff happens, and then you die to drain life. So we have Tranquil Domain, which is key. We don't have a fatty, but we have a way of... If we disrupt the combo when they try to go off, they lose. They just lose the game. So I think we'll just keep that. And that way we can City of Brass, Reflecting Pool, and have it up. Forest, sure. City of Brass, away you go. So what did he have in his sideboard? He has Abeyance. Until end of turn, target player cannot play instants, interrupts, sorceries, or abilities requiring an activation cost. No big deal. City of Solitude. Each player may play spells and abilities only during his or her turn. That's a little bit of a problem. Emerald Charm. Destroy target enchantment. Maybe a problem. Pyroblast, no problem for us. Chill, no problem for us. Elephant Grass, no problem for us. And Dread of Night. All right. So... Gonna need a fatty. Don't have one, but we've got a Reflecting Pool. So now we have 2 lands of all the colors and nothing to do with it just yet. I always forget that Necromancy can be played as an instant if you want to sack that creature at the end of the turn. It's not something we'll ever do, but you could if you need to. 3 lands, nothing yet. Can they go off on 4? Squandered Resources for 2. Boop, Natural Balance, Cadaverous Bloom. I highly doubt they can go off on 4, so we'll drop a Hidden Horror here. Take a damage. And we'll pitch an Undiscovered Paradise. Oh, it has to be a creature card. Whoops, I should read. Oh, we discarded Merfolk Traders. Please don't go off on 4. I hope they fixed the Animate Dead bug on Magic Online. Sure, Squandered Resources. You got it. You have got it. Underground River. Let's go Undiscovered Paradise. And hit him for 4. And we'll just hold up that Tranquil Domain, because I don't really feel like blowing up the Squandered Resources just yet. I'd rather hit the Cadaverous Bloom. Elephant Grass. Does Elephant Grass do something against us? Non-black creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature he or she controls. Black creatures can't attack you. Oh, okay, I guess that is a problem. But hey, we've got Tranquil Domain to blow it up whenever we actually need it. I read it. For some reason I thought it made elephants, but that is very not what it does. I have nothing to do just yet. And that is a black creature, so it can't attack. But this is going to take our opponent off of mana for a bit. Do we have... Oh, of course we have Godzilla. Once we get it out, we can do some stuff. Oh, I can't wait to Tranquil Domain in response to a Prosperity. This is going to be... Oh, Prosperity for 3. Yeah, I'm okay with you doing that. Jesus, lands. Every land ever. Let me read Natural Balance. So each player controlling 6 or more lands sacrifices enough lands to reduce his or her total to 5. So there's not a huge point in playing a land, but we're so land flooded we may as well. Yeah, let's pop it down. And I guess we could pop in Merfolk Traders? Because we just kind of... We need to get a non-black creature down, right? And let's do it. Black 1 and... this one. We'll make a white. So we'll Necromancy, get a Merfolk Traders, draw a card, discard, hopefully Godzilla. Godzilla, Dark Ritual. Undiscovered Paradise, go away. And we'll pass the turn. So cumulative upkeep on the Elephant Grass, they're going to have to pay 2. They're only going to have 3 mana available, minus Squandered Resources. Ah, goodbye, Elephant Grass. Does this mean our opponent has the win? Alright, so there's Cadaverous Bloom. So we let that happen. Alright, exiled an island. Exiled a forest. Sacked. They're trying to go off. So they go off with Drain Life, which requires them to have 20 black mana plus 1 other mana. Alright, so they're going to tap City of Brass, so they're going to be natural balancing here. And I think in response to natural balance, we'll hit the Tranquil Domain. Yeah, we'll hit that now. Green, 1. I don't know the exact right moment to use that, but we did it. So we're going to have to sack a land. Yeah, so we'll sack the swamp. It's the most useless land we have. Alright, so goodbye to the combo pieces. They do have 3 cards in hand and a lot of mana. Goodbye, swamp. Oh. Choose... Oh, no. Click all the other ones and then say goodbye, swamp. Goodbye, swamp. Opponent gets to go and get 5 lands. They come in untapped, so they are going to have 5 lands available. So, I mean, if they have another bloom in hand, they're okay. But, I mean, we kind of had to do that then and there. Infernal Contract. Well, they have the win or we have the win. We might just get there. Squandered Resources in hand. It's going to give them access to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana with an island. they have a bloom? Infernal Contract, they're digging. They are digging hard. Did we get there? Oh, playing against combo. Sack. Tap, tap, sack, sack. Oh, they got a bloom. We might still be just dead. We're probably just dead. If they've got a prosperity in hand, I think we're dead. We're probably dead. Emerald Charm. What does that do? Destroy target non-aura enchantment. I'm not sure what good that is. Four, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 mana available. They can draw 16 cards if they have a prosperity. Which then gives them access to 32 mana. So yeah, they should win here. But I'm going to make them do it. Prosperity for 11. Ooh, instant speed. Well, that seems good. In response to Drain Life, Firestorm for 2. Natural Bounce, sure. Well, that's a fun thing. I'm assuming I can basically just do that anytime. Do they have any way of gaining life? Oh, Drain Life is a sorcery anyways, eh? They have no counters. Oh, they do have a Memory Lapse. Oh, we needed one more mana. We needed one more mana. Meditate. No. I'll do it as the final thing, because it's going to require him to leave up 2 mana. He's making the black, so I think he's got himself a Drain Life. And there's Drain Life lethal. Wait, did he exile the Memory Lapse? He did not. Nor is it in the graveyard. But could be in the deck. Oh, is he going to go for the overkill? No. So the mana's up, so we're just going to have to go for the Firestorm. Go for the Firestorm and hope. Firestorm you. And that. For a red. Discarding that and that. Do I win? Or do you have Memory Lapse? I mean, Power Sync would do it too. There's 2 Power Sync, so there's actually 3 counters. Yeah, he's got the counter. And there it is. All right, so 1 more red mana available. We shouldn't have done that. One more red mana available. We could have done the other Firestorm. I cannot pay 1, unfortunately. Drain life for 20. Well, that was fun. That was the deck that I wanted. Counter target spell if it's blue. I don't really want to do that. Countering counters seems dumb. Yeah, we're just going to go back in. Go back in. Maybe draw one of our big creatures at some point. We only have 9 of them. I guess maybe Necrosavant is kind of something we want, but I'm fine with the trade out for the Tranquil Domains. All right. That deck would have been fun, but I think it would have been a whole lot of counting and hoping and screwing up and people yelling at me. So maybe it's better that we're playing this, which is actually kind of a deck that I used to play way back before I was playing meta decks and you know, I was reading Scry and Inquest, but I wasn't playing big tournaments. I put together a Necromancy deck, and I was reanimating Tika's Dragons and Verdant Force, actually. I had a couple of these guys. Yeah, it was fun times. I even had a Sliver Queen in that deck, actually. All right. I'm not going to play first. I'm going to draw so that I can just discard. Okay. Well, that's a turn 2 Verdant Force. It's only 1 land, but I'll keep it. Or sorry, turn 3, because we can't play that land. No, turn 2, because we played that Dark Ritual into that. Opponent's thinking about their mulligan decision here. They're spending precious minutes off that, seconds off that clock. I do thoroughly enjoy, though, that the player named Prosperous Bloom got the Cadaverous Bloom deck. Well, opponent's taking a bit of time, so I will pause and wait for them to come back. Oh, nope, never mind. There they are. I'm going to keep my 7. Swamp and a go. Goodbye, Verdant Force. Vampiric Tutor, sure. Putting a card on top. So if we get a hit in from Verdant and the other, that's 8. That's 10. He's going to be at 10. We'll be close to Firestorming just to wrap up. Yeah, let's go Gemstone Mine. Gemstone Mine, black, Dark Ritual. Oh, watch him have a memory lapse. Animate Dead, Verdant Force, black, black. So Verdant Force is a 6/7. And I guess I just lose that black. Yeah, nothing I can do with it. Alright. Got ourselves a 6/7. Impulse. Sure. So what next? I could try to get a Shivan Dragon down. And we do just have a Leek. If he doesn't hit one of the combo pieces here, we're in massively good shape. Elephant Grass. Don't even care. This isn't the one where it becomes black, right? No. Don't even care. I've got to pay 2. Well, maybe I do slightly care about that. If I pay 2, I don't have Leek up. It's 2 per. 2 per. Hmm. Do I hit him for 6 or do I keep up Leek? I think I hit him for 6. In with force. Pay the 2. Take a damage. Go to 12. Pass the turn. That cumulative upkeep is going to bite him pretty soon, I think. Well, there's the resources, so Mana Leak's no longer all that good. Make a Sapperling, get a Reflecting Pool, play the Reflecting Pool. Get in for 6. Take him to 6. So we can Firestorm for 4. If he pays here, he does not. He's just gonna go for it. Oh, I wish I didn't miss that land drop. Impulse, sure thing. Come on, Godzilla, get there. Ooh, I'm going to get lands, too, if he natural balances. I'm going to get 2 lands, which will actually turn on Mana Leak and Firestorm. Oh, boy. Land for turn. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so here comes the natural ballot. So Leek is starting to be out of the question. It's got 5 mana, 4 mana available, so just shy of Leek, but we also can't cast it. But we get to get lands. So I'm going to get some lands. Land sounds good. Opponent only has 2 cards, by the by. I will use that ability. I will grab a swamp and an island. Geez, the only 2 basics we have. Yeah, so that's Mana Leak mana and Firestorm mana. Opponent has a lot, though. Four mana coming in here. Cadaverous Bloom. Couldn't counter it. Too much mana available. 1 card in hand, I might add. So we could Mana Leak that. Or actually, he loses half his life rounded up. So that's going to take him to 3. And he's only going to get 4 cards. Let's counter that. Force him to sack 3 of these lands. And then we've got Firestorm up for exactly lethal. One of these 4 cards is going to have to be counter spells. It's very low odds. Whew. We might just pull this out. Wait, what was that? Oh, he's undoing his paying? I don't feel like that should be okay. Cost colon. I guess that's technically a mana ability, and you can undo mana abilities. I guess. Alright, so opponent's going to have 8, 9, 10, 11. They're going to have 11 mana available, which is a fair bit. Alright, so he has paid for the mana leak. Yeah, that happens. Try to cast something. So how do you cast this? So Firestorm deal. Hey, we got there. They just didn't have the win. So hey, we're 1-0 in a format I've never played before. We're going to go into round 2. We've got a Wacky coverage guy playing. I will see you guys for round 2. Hopefully we can keep this winning streak going.